So this is just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I tried iRacing in 2025 after seeing people say for a while this is where you'll end up once you get into sim racing. I was curious and I wanted to dispel my beliefs, so I decided to take my leap of faith in June, and now I have a good amount of races under my belt. I thought iRacing was a strictly computer game played on mouse and keyboard before I had a PC myself. That should let you know how much knowledge I had about it. But I definitely don't regret investing time in the experience and driving at iRacing. I've been really happy with many aspects of the service, but disappointed by others. So this video is my perspective on iRacing as a newcomer in 2025 who still has a lot to learn in this particular sim. I'm not trying to make myself seem like an authority figure on sim racing. I'm a regular guy, not an alien. I'm not Max Verstappen. But for all the people who stand on either side, hopefully what I've learned can help you decide whether iRacing is going to be worth it for you in 2025. For people to claim this as the most populated multiplayer racing simulator that has a built-in system for rank modes and leagues, most of the racing takes place in the official series. This series lasts one season or 12 weeks, and the track changes every week with hourly or bi-hourly races that are live 24/7, focusing on a single car or a class of cars with different models. Each series falls under one category, which there are 5: sports car, formula, oval, dirt oval, and the dirt road. Your participation in official races gains you safety rating and I rating for that license class. I rating is a measure of your overall skill, being that they try to match you with very similar drivers. You finish in the top half, you're gonna gain I rating. If you finish in the bottom half, you'll most likely lose I rating. This is why qualifying matters so much in iRacing, and some people opt to start from the pits some races. I rating is used for matchmaking. Your safety rating is measured by how frequently you are involved in incidents versus how many clean turns you take. This rating determines your grade, with certain races needing a higher grade for entry than others. This is a good system to me. The variety of combinations you get is great, and I think the separate categories is a good idea because it allows people to try completely different racing styles without the fear of losing rating because you want to try formula cars one day. On the flip side of many races, some are almost abandoned, and there's no guarantee because you want to race on that particular track and car, other people will. When you get into races, however, there will be contact, but compared to what I experienced in the Settle Corsa Online and the LFM, being my previous sim racing experience, it felt like my connection to other players was better and smoother than most other games. Other drivers move around the track in a way that feels real. You can definitely tell the difference between AI and real people. It's not jittery, and the cars usually don't slide around the track being weird or anything like that. It's pretty good. If you can't tell, I'm from the East Coast, and I suspect that the positive experience I've had racing against people from all different countries should be the same for you guys. The sim has been very stable throughout my time racing, and any outages were of course planned downtime. There's one big problem that can be pretty detrimental to the quality of racing though: blinking. It should be good.
Still there.
Blinking is when another player's car disappears and reappears repeatedly like magic. You guys will see it here, and this is due to an unstable connection or insufficient PC resources. And yeah, I get it, connection or technical issues can happen in any game in PC, but sometimes the problem is the amount of blinking in iRacing. It's too much. They allow a little bit too much. Look at this example again. It throws you off in the middle of a race. I'm having a close race with another driver, and the guy ahead completely disappears for over 2 seconds and is back. Considering we're trying to be competitive here, this is quite distracting, and look what happens afterwards. Just isn't fair to the other players when you're losing connection for multiple seconds. They need to make you a ghost or kick you, to be real. It can ruin somebody's whole race because you Houdini'd your way from one side of the track to the other. You might even see blinking cars coming from the sky sometimes. It looks ridiculous, to be honest, but it's a further visual distraction nonetheless. Despite iRacing's multiplayer focus, the AI are still pretty good if you don't want to deal with this. They behave real calmly racing at high speeds, showing less of the weird AI movements we all know from our other favorite racing games. Unfortunately, AI aren't available for every racing style if you wanted to test one, but people tell me iRacing is consistently getting better, so we'll see. Being the try-hard is me or you place that iRacing is, I was surprised there's no celebration, podium, or even a flash screen after races. Growing up playing Midnight Club, Gran Turismo, Mario Kart, etc., I know those aren't exactly sim racing games, but I kind of got used to end of race screens, you know? Mentioned it to somebody during a race and they said, yeah, this is a sim, not Forza, which is what I expected. It was a funny response. So much of a sim that practice is really important. There are public online practice sessions, but you can also do sessions by yourself, which offer great features like an automatic self-ghost and a reset point. Makes practicing specific corners really easy. Just drive past, hit your reset button, and you can do it as many times as you want. If there's any part of a racing sim that people are going to talk about the most, it's the physics and force feedback. And honestly, I like iRacing's force feedback. The way iRacing drives is kinda on rails. It isn't my favorite, but I can't say I dislike it. I just did a video driving different racing games back to back where I got to compare the force feedback in my head to what you actually feel. And honestly, I wouldn't say Assetto Corsa Evo is my favorite with force feedback at the moment. That game to me feels the best and is the most natural. Like, I can really push the car and it drives how I think it should. iRacing on the other hand lets you balance the car through turns with counter steering, but once you lose traction, there's really no going back, especially on cold tires. But the force feedback is really good and is really as good as any other sim. I can read what each wheel is doing, as well as the car kind of feels like the force feedback doesn't have any extra bells and whistles tacked onto it, and that you only get what you would from a real car. Perhaps the problem is that the force feedback refresh rate is only 60 Hz, which is low by today's standards. We can go up to 360 Hz. The force feedback does the job for me though. I'm not disappointed. The weight transfer, the braking feel is all great on most cars, just not all of them. You're never gonna please everybody with every physics model, so my advice is to try iRacing yourself and make your own decision, as you are not locked in. However long you buy iRacing for, that's how long your subscription will last. Some other issues: races start in intervals, no join up matchmaking, so you have to start on real life time. So getting consecutive races sometimes is tricky for gaming sessions. The UI is dated and limited, and the famous complaint, iRacing is the most expensive racing sim on PC. It's not even close. iRacing has $2,100 worth of content if you buy it all.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. And well, some people internalize this and say iRacing is overpriced in a game of capitalism and greed. iRacing does charge a subscription fee for access to it, which gives you 25 cars and 30 tracks for base content, and that content covers you for all the rookie series you'll see, which are the most populated series, obviously. So at the moment, I'm pretty sure there are people who just stick to that subscription and live happily ever after. But as soon as you want to move past rookies in the class D or C and beyond, that's where you'll need to start buying cars and tracks to race. That's where it gets expensive. There are promotions to get iRacing for less than what they have it listed at on the official website, but only for new accounts. We'll have to see when the time comes to renew where our options are, considering I received the game for 1 year from the FIA, plus the FIA F4 car, making a donation to them. So that saved me some costs, but it is on Steam for $20 for your first year if you're a new player. So far I bought in 1 track and 1 car. I'm a measly $40 into iRacing. So we'll see how that goes over the coming weeks and months of playing iRacing. But my plan to drive only BMW and Porsche should save us in the long run. Go check out iRacing videos on my channel if you haven't. So would I recommend iRacing? Yes, if you're really into sim racing. If you look at iRacing as a hobby, it's fairly inexpensive at around $6 a month, plus any cars and tracks you want. So maybe you race every day when you get home or all day on the weekends. You'll look at it differently than a $60 one-time racing game purchase that most people expect. iRacing is something you do, not something you own, but it's been around for 17 years and probably has another 17 to go. If you can stomach the cost or find a promotion like I did, iRacing is the sim to drive. Let me know what you guys think about iRacing down in the comment section below. Hopefully this should start a new era on this channel.